Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. So the Meghan and the Harry have been slammed by quite a few mainstream commentators and British presenters over here, which is very good to see. And I know that sounds negative, but it's very good to see that the tide is turning, because these people, especially a lady called Sarah Khan, was a big fan of Meghan and was a big fan of Harry initially when they entered into this marriage, initially when they was this young, budding, unexpected, racially mixed couple. People were very excited over here. People were over the moon. They were happy for them, especially a lot of the people of colour were happy for them, and white also. They were extremely happy, but it just went south really fast, and I think we've seen that over the last year, well, 2 years. We've turned on them, and this is definite confirmation. So there's this, it's like a daytime telly show called Loose Women, and they discuss everything that relates to everyday British life, British culture involving women, and they have come up against this book, and they are not happy that this book is even being made, and they think it's an insult to the British public, as I do. The presenters on the show generally rotate, and it kind of has a similar format to The View, which is hosted by Whoopi Goldberg, I believe, and a few other ladies. So it's a similar kind of formatted show. If you're not in the UK, that's what it's about. They was discussing Meghan and Harry's new book. This lady called Ruth Langsford on there. She was on the panel. Linda Robson, Sarah Khan, who is Asian, and Jane Moore, who is British English white. They basically have said that they are really disappointed. So Sarah Khan, she came forward and she actually said, "I was really a big fan when they got married. For me, it was the first mixed marriage in the royal family. I thought there was loads of hope and excitement, and then it got dark very quickly." And I agree with her. It was really exciting for me as a woman of colour, as I've said on this channel loads of times, to see the modernisation of the royal family and to see the integration of different races and also of people from a different class. We know that Meghan isn't your atypical picture perfect princess, predictable type that everyone expected Harry to go for. Certainly not we didn't expect Harry to go for someone of any kind of colour. To see that he did actually choose someone like Meghan was refreshing, it was exciting, and it had our eyes glued. The wedding was very inclusive. They had a strong black presence of people of colour. They had an all-black choir. They had the violinist guy who is black, I believe. He's black. With the afro out, power to the people. And then they had the black pastor who gave a very long sermon, which was kind of awkward to watch towards the end because it just went on for such a long time, but very entertaining and very contrary to anything that we expected the wedding to be like. They changed their wedding reception food. So instead of having the atypical plated food, they had bowl food, which to my understanding is formatted upon, you know, you can kind of pick in, like a pick and mix. So you can have a bit of, I don't know, caviar, have a bit of runner beans, have a few, couple of whatever, bit of chicken or whatever. You can mix and match it. So very more informal, relaxed kind of style, breaking away from tradition. Everything was breaking away from tradition, but we were excited. We were here for it. We were down. We were like, okay. There was a few raised eyebrows with her dad not coming to the wedding and the various TV interviews her sister kept on doing, but people were still very much impassioned by this new change. We were very much for it. We were very defensive of it. Samantha Markle was called a grimy little gold digger who was doing interviews for money, but she was actually, now we see, trying to warn us of what was about to happen, which was the split in the royal family. As soon as the wedding went ahead and they were allegedly happily married, everything began to fall apart. They broke away from the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge. They split the charity. They started having separate this, separate that, and it all got very dark. So I think Sarah really summarised it well here. It just went downhill fast. She carries on and she says, I feel they really abandoned the British people, so I'm not actually going to be really very interested in what they are doing. And I think a lot of people in the UK, especially taxpayers, feel like that. What is there for us to be interested in? Why would you say all of these nasty things about our media, the way everything's set up, even about your own family, Harry? Call them archaic and then release a book, say, oh no, this is the real story. Well, I don't think we've heard enough stories from your camp. She carries on to say, for many of us who were Harry and Meghan fans, I just feel like they've abandoned us. They've left us, they've left the family, they've left this country. And that's exactly true. That's what they've done. They've abandoned everybody. So Jane Moore, who is the English lady, jumped on and she said they've pushed back against the British so much. Not everybody, but I think the majority of the British public think, well, all right then, if you don't want us to have anything to do with you, that's absolutely fine. But why should they go out and buy this book? And that's true. What interest do we have to find out the real reason when all you've been doing is complain? And why should we have to spend £20, $29 to find out your truth? We're not interested. But we know that it's a money spinner. So this is what Linda Robson, she jumped on and she said, well, suggested that the new book was a money spinner. And she said, what about the money? You get a lot of money for these biographies, don't you? Where's the money going? Well, we know it's going to Meghan's wardrobe. We know she's probably got her eyes set on a pair of Cartier diamonds or a Cartier necklace or a Cartier, something very bougie. We know that that's what it's going to. She has very expensive taste, doesn't she? Even the photographer who bashed her about a week ago said that she demanded the best champagne, the most expensive glasses, the most expensive champagne. We know that it's going towards her lifestyle. She needs this money because she doesn't feel alive, I don't think. She'll feel alive if she's not spending vast amounts of money. So what better way than to get it from a book? And then it carries on to say, so there was a lot of comments on this article by the that I found online. So there was a hell of a lot of comments, and someone said that more and more people are seeing the truth about these two freeloading, disrespectful, arrogant and narcissistic twits. Gives me hope. So they're really happy that Meghan and Harry are being unveiled for what they truly are, and a lot of people are really happy that Meghan and Harry are being unveiled for what they truly are. Okay, someone has said in my comments that I talk really fastly in my videos. I don't know why I do that, so I'm going to try and slow down here. Someone else has said the title is already cheeky. Who do they think they are? Just nobody's trying to make money from a tell-all book. Very stupid. All lies, like when Meghan was introduced to Harry and said she didn't know who he was. And we know that. Everyone saw that. It was rather embarrassing when the pictures surfaced of her sitting in front of Buckingham Palace with one of her best childhood friends. Quite clearly she knew who the royal family was. Who doesn't know who they are? And she overtly said in the engagement interview, I believe it was, oh, I didn't know who he was. And it's just like, oh, Meghan, you're such a bad actress. Anyway, so it carries on to say, someone else dropped a comment and said, chapter 1 would be how I single-handedly modernised the monarchy by refusing to wear a headpiece, even though ordered by the Queen. So we know we have this infamous debate over what exactly went on before the run-up to the wedding. There was allegedly a tiara that Meghan wanted to wear for the wedding day, and the Queen told her no because it hadn't been listed properly. They couldn't define its origin. There was some kind of reason as to why she couldn't wear this tiara, and she had this hissy fit, allegedly shouting at Harry, telling him to get his grandmother to allow her to wear this tiara that she wants, etc, etc. And it's just not a good look. How can she wipe that away with this tell-all book? Well, she can't. Someone else went on to say, We have all witnessed Meghan Markle pushing Harry around, moaning and groaning, deliberately flouting dress protocol, etc. This book will not make a blind bit of difference to the way we view her, and it won't. We have all seen it, everyone's seen it. Very embarrassing when she was, I think she was about 5 months pregnant, just standing in front of him, cutting across him, the whole ordering him with the touching of his lower back so that he has to stand back and be her shadow. She takes centre stage, even though she's done absolutely nothing to take centre stage. She does, signing the book first. Her pushy ways, we've all seen it, and she can't really explain that in the book. How do you explain that? Why was you doing that? Kate's not on record doing that at all to William. She understands her place. She understands she's the wife to the future king. She understands that she is essentially, she's in that position because of her husband. She's not now taken centre stage. We didn't know who Meghan was before she married Prince Harry, but she acts as though she was a major internationally well-known actress before she got in the marriage. She was not. We did not know who you was. Stay in your place. But she doesn't do that, does she? She doesn't want to do that. Someone else has put in the new book title, Funding Freeloaders, Harry and Meghan and the Unmaking of Royal Family. And that is a good book title. It sounds brutal, it sounds harsh, but I couldn't agree with this person more. What else can we really summarise it as? Someone else put, why does Meghan think her gossipy book and narcissistic drama matter in a world of a pandemic? Can't stand the victimization of this ungrateful woman. And she does. She likes to play the whole victim card. It's worn out. We're not interested. It's boring. Yawn. Someone else wrote, there are 4 categories of articles about these two. 1, exclusively Meghan. 2, exclusively Harry. 3, both of them and their freeloading lifestyle. 4, the circle of their friends/staff, makeup artists. They are fast losing even their entertainment value. Not only useless, but boring as well. And that is true. They're not very entertaining nowadays. They are boring. It's the moaning, the whole look at me facade is wearing thin, isn't it, guys? Anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. I'm really happy that a lot more people in the public eye who actually have influential potential are seeing it for what it is. They're not sugarcoating it. There was a lot of defense, especially on Loose Women, which is a popular daytime show over here. There was a lot of defending of Meghan and Harry on that show, and I know a lot of people were fans, and we wanted her to be everything that she's not, which is a true feminist, humble. Kate is everything we wanted Meghan to be, to represent, and she just hasn't done that. She's just chucked away her responsibilities at the last minute. She's not taken responsibility for anything. She hasn't done half of the job, not even a tenth of the job, and she expects A-lister treatment for no hard work. The world just doesn't work like that. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna go. Be back with another video. Bye, guys.